Hello again, vintage Star Wars fans. Welcome to another episode. Today, we're diving into a delightful collection of children's books. Now, I have to admit, some of these were even a bit young for me when I first got them. However, as we all know, anything with the name Star Wars on it was fair game. From whimsical pop-up books to captivating storybooks, these treasures are packed with nostalgia and charm. Whether you're revisiting old favorites or discovering these gems for the first time, there's a bit of magic in each page. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back, and let's journey back to the galaxy, far, far away through the eyes of a young reader. As a special treat, we'll also be taking a look at a vintage Yoda poster from The Empire Strikes Back, a delightful piece of memorabilia with a special relationship to children's books. Each book in this collection holds a special place in my heart and represents a piece of Star Wars history. So let's dive in and explore these wonderful books together, celebrating the joy and wonder they continue to bring. We'll start with a truly unique piece, one that lets you embark on adventures across the galaxy, even if you're just a kid on planet Earth. The Star Wars Intergalactic Passport. Published in 1983 by Ballantine Books, this little gem isn't just any children's book, it's your ticket to the stars, filled with stamps from iconic locations in the Star Wars universe. So, grab your virtual boarding pass as we take a closer look. This passport is a delightful collectible that lets you imagine traversing the galaxy like a true intergalactic citizen. Inside, you'll find stamps from iconic Star Wars locations: the imposing Executor Star Destroyer, the bustling spaceport of Mos Eisley, the floating city of Bespin, the icy plains of Hoth, the forest moon of Endor, the iconic Millennium Falcon, and the desert planet of Tatooine, among others. As a side note, the images you see here aren't from my personal copy. My passport is actually in near mint condition, and I've kept the stamps intact to preserve its original state. To avoid unnecessary wear on the spine during scanning, I've only shared the front and back cover from my own book. These internal images are provided as an example of what the inside looks like. While it may not be valid for travel on planet Earth, the passport was designed as a fun souvenir booklet, with space for real-world travel stamps at ports of entry. The inside cover reads, "The President of the Imperial Senate hereby requests all whom it may concern to permit the galactic citizen named herein to pass without delay or hindrance through all spaceports and star systems." The second page offers a tongue-in-cheek nod to the bureaucratic nature of the Empire, stating, "This passport must be used in accordance with all regulations governing interplanetary and interstellar travel as specified in Section H-467B6 of the Galactic Code. It is the responsibility of the bearer to obtain all necessary visas and to receive proper seals when entering all spaceports. The passport even includes a section to fill out your name and personal information, making it feel like a legitimate travel document. Finally, the last pages contain important travel information with sections on Empire strongholds, ship safety, medical information, and general information, because even in the galaxy far, far away, it's important to travel safely. This passport is a whimsical reminder of how Star Wars captured the imaginations of young fans, making them feel like they too could journey across the stars. While the passport offers a playful glimpse into the galaxy, our next book takes us behind the scenes of where the magic all began. The Making of Star Wars, a captivating children's book that pulls back the curtain on the creation of the epic film. Published on September 1st, 1980, shortly after the release of The Empire Strikes Back, this book offers a fascinating look at the artistry, ingenuity, and hard work that went into crafting the original Star Wars universe. From special effects to set designs, this book provides a young reader's guide to the wonders of filmmaking, all presented in a way that's easy to understand and full of awe-inspiring details. But you might be wondering, why is a behind-the-scenes making-of book considered suitable for children? The answer lies in the book's introduction, which clarifies its intended audience. This is a step-up book, specifically crafted for young readers who are ready to move beyond beginner-level stories. It offers an engaging way for kids to dive deeper into the Star Wars universe as they develop their reading skills. As indicated, this series steps up in difficulty with more complex words, increased text, and plenty of illustrations, all carefully chosen to captivate young readers. If you examine the size of the text on one of the pages, it's clear that this book is designed with a younger audience in mind. Yet despite its simplicity, the book doesn't shy away from the intricate details that bring the movie to life. Having explored the behind-the-scenes magic of Star Wars, we now turn to a book that brings that magic to life in a whole new way. Imagine the thrill of seeing iconic scenes from The Empire Strikes Back leap off the page, quite literally. This next gem in our collection, a pop-up book, is a playful yet captivating take on the Star Wars universe. With each page turned, characters and ships spring into action, creating a dynamic, interactive experience that's sure to delight fans of all ages. Let's dive into this book and enjoy the intricate paper engineering that brings the epic saga to life in 3D. Luke rides a tauntaun across the icy slopes of Hoth. Imperial probe robots survey Hoth. Luke uses the Force to get his lightsaber. Luke fights the Snowwalkers. Darth Vader invades the Rebel base. R2 escapes from the swamp. It's Yoda, the Jedi Master. Yoda teaches Luke to use the Force. The Millennium Falcon escapes. Cloud City appears quiet. This page features a door that, while still functional, has been compressed over time from storage. Rather than risk tearing it, I decided to leave it as is and not force it. Better to preserve its condition than to push my luck. Darth Vader wins. Luke is saved. With the final pop-up tucked safely away, let's turn our attention to another set of gems in this collection. These short, illustrated children's books may be small in size, but they carry the same sense of adventure and storytelling magic. In just 24 pages, they bring to life new tales featuring the beloved heroes of Star Wars, offering young readers a chance to explore the galaxy beyond the movie. Let's start with The Maverick Moon. Originally published on January 1st, 1979 by Black Falcon Limited in partnership with Random House. In this story, Luke Skywalker faces the daunting task of destroying a moon that's on a collision course with a newly discovered rebel base. With the support of his friends and the guidance of the Force, Luke takes on this dangerous mission, showcasing the courage and determination that define him as a hero. Next up is The Mystery of the Rebellious Robot, published on March 12, 1979, also by Black Falcon Limited in collaboration with Random House. In this story, Luke Skywalker and his companions find themselves baffled by the sudden strange behavior of their robots and the mysterious malfunctions of their machines, leading them on a journey to uncover the cause of these unexpected disruptions. Both of these books offer unique illustrations and provide a rare glimpse of our heroes beyond the movies. I'm considering creating my own read-along videos for these two stories, which I'll place in the bonus section. This way, they'll be available for anyone curious about the books, and it will also give me a way to revisit them without having to reopen them once they're sealed and stored. Now let's move on to a special part of many childhood memories, the Star Wars read-along books. These were designed to immerse young readers in the adventure, with each book accompanied by a cassette tape. As the narrator guides you through the story, R2-D2's familiar beeps and chirps signal when it's time to turn the page, making these books an interactive experience that many fans fondly remember. Let's take a closer look at each of these timeless treasures. Our first read-along book takes us back to where it all began. The original Star Wars movie, retold in a format designed especially for young readers. This book captures the essence of the 1977 classic, condensing the epic adventure into a short, engaging story that's easy for children to follow. As you flip through the pages, you'll see vibrant images that bring the iconic moments of the film to life, from Luke Skywalker's humble beginnings on Tatooine to the thrilling final assault on the Death Star. Paired with the cassette tape, this read-along book allowed young fans to relive the magic of Star Wars in their own time, turning the movie into a bedtime story that could be enjoyed over and over again. Our next read-along book takes us deeper into the saga with The Empire Strikes Back. This installment captures the darker, more intense atmosphere of the second film, condensing its epic storyline into a format perfect for young readers. As you turn the pages, you'll find the thrilling adventures of Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and their friends as they face the might of the Empire. From the icy battles on Hoth to the unforgettable duel between Luke and Darth Vader, this book allows children to experience the drama and excitement of the movie, all while following along with the cassette tape. It's a fantastic way for young fans to immerse themselves in one of the most iconic sequels in film history. Our journey through the Star Wars saga continues with Return of the Jedi, the read-along book that brings the thrilling conclusion of the original trilogy to life for young readers. This storybook encapsulates the epic finale where good triumphs over evil, as Luke Skywalker confronts Darth Vader and the Emperor, and the Rebel Alliance makes a daring stand against the Empire. From the sands of Tatooine to the forests of Endor, each page captures the excitement and resolution of this beloved chapter in Star Wars history. Paired with the cassette tape, young fans can follow along as the story of redemption and hope unfolds, offering a perfect introduction to the final battle between the light and dark sides of the Force. Next, we venture into Droid World, an original read-along story that takes us beyond the events of the movies, offering a unique adventure set in the Star Wars universe. In this tale, we follow C-3PO and R2-D2 as they embark on a mission to a mysterious space station inhabited by malfunctioning droids and dangerous robots. Unlike the adaptations of the films, Droid World presents an all-new story that expands the universe, allowing fans to explore new challenges faced by our favorite droid duo. With the accompanying cassette tape, listeners can experience the tension and excitement as these beloved characters navigate a world where technology has gone awry. Lastly, we explore Planet of the Hoojibs, another original read-along adventure that brings the Star Wars characters into an entirely new setting. In this story, our heroes arrive on the mysterious planet Arbra, where they encounter the Hoojibs, a small and seemingly harmless species. However, as they soon discover, not everything is as it seems. The story unfolds with unexpected twists, as the rebels must navigate the challenges presented by this curious planet and its inhabitants. With the accompanying cassette tape, the vivid narration and sound effects bring this new world and its surprises to life, making it a delightful and engaging experience for young fans. To preserve and share these vintage treasures with the Star Wars community, I knew I needed a reliable way to digitize the audio from the original cassette tapes. That's why I purchased this Emerson cassette player. This portable device is perfect for the job, as it allows me to convert the classic cassette audio into MP3 files without any hassle. The player is as compact as a tablet, making it easy to use, and it doesn't require a computer or complicated software. With a simple USB slot, I can record the audio directly onto a flash drive, ensuring that these iconic stories are preserved in digital form for years to come. This approach not only allows me to protect the original tapes, but also provides an opportunity to create video versions of these read-alongs, complete with the original audio and scanned pages. These videos will soon be available in the bonus section of this channel, giving anyone curious about the book's content a chance to experience them firsthand, just as they were enjoyed back in the day. This way, we keep the spirit of these classic stories alive, while safeguarding the physical books and tapes for future generations. As we continue our journey through these vintage Star Wars treasures, next up is the Star Wars Activity Book, Published in the late 1970s, this book was a staple for young fans eager to immerse themselves in the galaxy far, far away. It's filled with puzzles, mazes, and creative drawing prompts, all featuring our favorite characters and scenes from the original trilogy. Let's take a quick look inside. Here's a classic maze where you guide Luke's X-Wing to the Death Star, avoiding traps along the way. And on this page, there's a connect-the-dots puzzle that reveals none other than the epic fight between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader. Each page offers something different, from word searches to coloring pages, all designed to spark the imagination of young Star Wars enthusiasts. For those interested in a more in-depth exploration, I'll be showcasing the entire activity book in a dedicated video in the bonus section of the channel. There we'll go page by page, diving into the fun and nostalgia that this book has to offer. But, for now, let's keep the adventure going with our next collectible, the 3 storybooks from the original Star Wars trilogy. These larger, more intricate books were designed for parents to read to their children at bedtime, allowing them to share the magic of Star Wars through both words and images. Each of these books takes you through the epic stories of A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, complete with beautifully detailed illustrations from the films. As you read through the text, you can turn the book around to reveal these iconic images, bringing the adventure to life in a way that's perfect for young audiences. These storybooks are more than just reading material. They're cherished collector's items that capture the essence of the Star Wars saga in a format that's both nostalgic and enduring. Let's take a closer look at each one, starting with the book that kicked off the entire series, A New Hope. I've had this particular book since its publication in 1978. Although I was a bit too old for bedtime stories, I regularly enjoyed flipping through its pages. Back then, before VHS, DVDs, or streaming, this book was one of the few ways to relive the Star Wars experience outside of the theater. It also offered insights into characters and scenes that were either cut or had little screen time in the movie, making it a valuable treasure for any fan. As you can see, my original copy is a bit worn, but considering its age, it's held up well. It was a beloved companion, often referenced and enjoyed, and despite my best efforts to keep it in good condition, it still bears the marks of frequent use. Thankfully, I recently found a second copy from the original 1978 run in much better shape. I came across it on a Facebook sales group, and it was the perfect combination of the right condition and the right price. Since my other storybooks from The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi are already in great condition, adding this well-preserved copy to the collection completes the set, ensuring that each book is in similar condition. Next up is The Empire Strikes Back Storybook, a cherished addition to my collection that I've owned since its release in 1980. This book, like the previous one, captures the magic of the film through beautifully illustrated pages and engaging text. Although my original copy has been well loved over the years, it's in remarkable condition for its age. Even though my original copy is in great shape, I also have a second copy of this storybook, which is equally well preserved. I've managed to keep both this and the Return of the Jedi storybooks in excellent condition. The second copy of Empire Strikes Back came to me in a rather fortuitous way. It was part of a bundle deal from the Facebook group where the seller offered the Star Wars storybook that I purchased. While I didn't specifically seek out a second copy of Empire, it was a fantastic bonus that I am happy to add to my collection. This is my original vintage copy of the Return of the Jedi storybook, which I've owned since its release in 1983. Unlike the others, I don't have a second copy of this one, as my original has remained in excellent condition over the years. Just like the other storybooks, this one served as a cherished window into the Star Wars universe, bringing the final chapter of the original trilogy to life through its beautifully illustrated pages. It's been with me since the beginning and remains a prized part of my collection. As we conclude our journey through these cherished storybooks, I'd like to share one final piece from my collection, a rare gem that perfectly complements the nostalgic theme of this video. This is a vintage Yoda poster, originally available only through the Weekly Reader program back in junior high. Much like the storybooks, this poster holds a special place in the hearts of those who grew up during the era of the original trilogy. Its connection to the Weekly Reader Book Club makes it a fitting addition to this showcase, linking the worlds of literature and iconic Star Wars imagery. Although this poster is rare, I actually have two of them. This is a common theme with me, as I would often buy two of an item whenever the opportunity arose. The first poster was well-loved and hung in my room, moving from wall to wall as I rearranged my collection of posters and pictures. The corners of this poster bear the marks of its journey, with pinholes and some fraying from being repeatedly tacked up. To preserve the integrity of this piece, I've carefully repaired the damaged corners using Filmoplast, a specialized archival tape known for its use in museums and archives. This museum tape is designed to be transparent, acid-free, and non-aging, ensuring that it protects the paper without causing any permanent damage. Should any future restoration be necessary, this tape can be removed without harming the poster, allowing for further preservation. As much as I cherish this well-worn poster, I'm once again fortunate to have a second copy, which has been kept in good condition. This second poster has no pinholes or frayed corners, offering a perfect counterpart to the first. Together, they represent both the nostalgia of a treasured childhood item and the care taken to preserve these pieces of Star Wars history. Now that we've explored these treasured pieces, the next step is ensuring they remain preserved for the future. While it's one thing to admire and reminisce over these collectibles, it's just as important to protect them properly so that they can continue to be enjoyed for years to come. So let's take a look at how I plan to store and display each of these items, ensuring they're kept in the best possible condition. Firstly, all the books featured in this video will be securely stored in a brand new BCW magazine storage box. After having such a positive experience with these boxes during my vintage magazine episode, I knew they'd be the perfect choice for preserving these cherished children's books as well. Additionally, each book will be individually placed inside a protective magazine cover, with a cardboard backing added wherever possible for extra support. The read-along books require a bit of special treatment due to the included cassette tapes. Unlike the others, these can't simply be slipped into a cover and stored away. So, a little craft work is in order to create a custom solution. We'll begin by cutting a half-inch piece of foam board to the right dimensions, ensuring it snugly holds the cassette tape. This foam board will then be securely attached to a magazine backer board, providing a sturdy and protective base for both the book and the tape. Now let's watch a time-lapse of this process as we assemble these custom holders and ensure each read-along book and cassette tape is preserved with the care it deserves. Just a little sizing up. And the final result. And here we are. For the final items, the Yoda posters, I'll be entrusting these to my local framer, Rob. He's done excellent work for me in the past, and I'm confident he'll give these vintage treasures the display they deserve. With his expertise, these posters will be beautifully framed and ready to take their rightful place on the wall. And through the magic of video editing, we can jump ahead in time to reveal the final result. Once again, Rob does not disappoint. I'm thrilled with both the frames and the mats. For the matting, we chose a two-tiered setup featuring the colors Underbrush and, ironically, Sage Advice. These two mats work beautifully together, complementing each other and the poster itself. I think I actually prefer the original poster with the damaged corners. I asked Rob to angle cut the edges of the mat to cover the frayed corners, and I have to say, I like it even more than the one without the damage. It's funny. When I first pulled this poster out, my wife said, "Are you really going to frame that? It's in pretty bad shape." I have to admit, I had a similar thought for a moment, but then I remembered how rare this poster is. If I wasn't going to frame and preserve it, what was I going to do? Throw it away and make it even rarer? No! The answer was a resounding no. I've saved it for over 40 years, and just because it's well-loved doesn't mean it doesn't deserve to be preserved. While the quality of the matting and the cut is perfectly fine, I find the second poster less interesting than the one with the angled corners. In fact, I almost wish he had treated both the same way, regardless of their condition. But these things can sometimes be hard to predict, and this is a good example of that. Regardless, I'm happy with both. I'm just shocked at how well the angled corners enhance the presentation of this poster. Truly amazing work from a skilled framer. Even photographs don't do justice to the color contrast between the mats and the image. It may seem like a simple framing project, but I think this is going to be one of my favorites. And that brings us to the end of another episode. This one was a bit longer, but I hope it was worth your time. Until next time, may the Force be with you, and with all the former members of the Weekly Reader Book Club.